From the big screen to your living room comes Academy Award winner Barry Levinson's Toys. This major motion picture from 20th Century Fox is the tale of a whimsical toy maker who must save his father's factory from the clutches of his evil uncle.
Oh, hello there, and welcome back to Did They Game It? I'm your video games-based movie, TV shows, and pop culture consigliere, Michael. And today we'll be taking you back to 1993, when beepers were rags and pogs were as good as gold. I fucked that up. I'm going to do it again. Oh, hello there, and welcome back to Did They Game It? I'm your video games based on movies, TV shows, and pop culture consigliere, Michael. And today we'll be taking you back to 1993, when beepers were rad and pogs were as good as gold. And Toys, Let the Toy Wars Begin, was released on the Sega Genesis. It was based on a movie called Toys. My guest today on this journey is Sean.
How's it going?
Sean, Toys.
Toys, man.
You like them?
I did when I was a kid.
What about this toy?
The game or the movie?
Well, either one. What? Same thoughts on both of them, or?
No. The game it's just a game. The movie is quite the experience, though.
Yeah, definitely. The main thing I noticed right away was the game was very easy to get a hold of. The movie was pretty difficult to watch. It's not streaming anywhere. Any DVD is about $50. The only way I could find it was Internet Archive.
Yeah, you sent me the link for it and had shared all that information beforehand, and you're like, here, just watch it. And I was like, okay, thanks, man. And I had to watch it on my phone. But yeah, the way that this game is like, or this movie, I'm sorry, not this game, this movie is just like not available is kind of astonishing.
Well, I had already told you I wasn't going to pay for it. I wasn't even going to pay to stream it. I thought we would just wait. But apparently there's no plans to stream it anywhere. And I wasn't going to pay $50 for the DVD. So good thing Internet Archive had it.
Yeah, shout out to Internet Archive for that. I don't know why it's so rare. Because I do remember seeing this like at video stores and stuff. Like seeing the cover. Didn't know they made a game for it, but definitely remember this was a Robin Williams movie.
Basically, as long as like I have memories, I remember seeing this cover at places. Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, it came out when we were very young, and I remember always seeing it at a video store, but maybe it was always on VHS then.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I didn't look into VHS, probably a lot cheaper. Maybe they just didn't produce a lot of the DVDs, but I still don't know why it's not streaming anywhere.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But you would think, I mean, obviously there probably isn't a huge market for it, but the one good thing about the movie was kind of the visuals of things, how they, like the cinematography and designs of sets and things like that, the way it was framed and so forth. So you would think, like, if you got this on a Blu-ray or something, it probably looks pretty good.
Well, it's definitely a spectacle.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the scenery and, I mean, it looked beautiful, honestly. It looked really great. Like all the field shots where you stand out there looked really well. Really good. Good.
The end.
Yeah, I guess let's get into it. First off, you know how I am about long-running films.
Uh-huh. Yes.
And this one was 2 hours. Did not need a 6-minute Christmas play to start the movie.
Yeah, there was a lot of fat left on this movie that should have been trimmed off because it is entirely too long.
Well, it came out during the holiday season, and then it starts with that play, and I thought, oh, maybe it's a Christmas movie. And then Christmas plays no role in the rest of the movie, so I don't understand why they had a 6-minute Christmas play.
I think I kind of do, though. Because, like, okay, yes, Christmas time it was released. But also, think about the subject matter, toys.
Yeah.
Right? when are toys usually purchased for children? The holiday season. So I think, yeah, while it was not full Christmassy, and really it was just that centerpiece, you could kind of, I guess, justify having it in there, but it was too long.
Yeah, and right away when I looked at the runtime before I watched it, I always immediately start looking to see where you could cut the fat.
Yeah.
And right there, that you could have just went right to his father meeting with the general.
Oh, sure.
Like
sure.
you could have went right to that.
Yeah.
So the premise is the toy maker who owns the whole toy factory is dying, and he thinks his son, Robin Williams, Leslie, is too immature to run it. So he calls in his brother, who's a general, to run it, hoping that Leslie will grow up and take over for him. I guess we can go over some of the characters
I mean,
here.
kind of, okay, I guess here's one thing to qualms with about that. Like, you think your son is too immature to run this company, and yet you were running the company? You're wearing a spitting beanie top hat, buddy.
I thought that was kind of funny.
I mean, like,
It's attached to his pacemaker.
yeah, no, that was funny, but it's just like, come on, dude. Like, let's be real here. Like, is it that far fetched?
Well, I guess the maturity in standing up for your workers, like because
Okay.
I don't know. It seems like I'm going to be defending this movie a lot because
That's cool.
I was pleasantly surprised with it. I didn't, from the reviews I read, it looked like it was going to be terrible.
Yeah.
And I think the reviews were too brutal for it. Because watching it, my main complaint is just the time. Like I said, it's not going to go into my movie rotation or anything, but I would watch it again if somebody wanted to watch it with me.
Okay.
But, I mean, that's probably about it.
Sure. I definitely am more of a harsh critic. I'll put it on that side.
Yeah, and I like going over some of the characters so you get a better idea. Robin Williams is Leslie,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the son. And Robin Williams just being Robin Williams.
Yeah, they just kind of let him cook. They let him go ISO on this for a while, and I mean, it makes sense because he had just come out with Aladdin, or I mean, he was in Aladdin,
yeah.
and he really stole the show in that. So it's definitely like the time of Robin Williams is upon us.
Yeah, but basically, what you would picture Robin Williams acting like, that's what he did.
Yeah.
All over the place, the voices. And sometimes I always found Robin Williams to be a bit too much, but this one definitely fits. Like, it works.
Yeah, and I don't know if we want to talk about this right now, but like just knowing that this script was written, you said in the 70s?
Yeah, it was written a long time before it was actually made.
That really surprised me because I thought, man, they just catered this to Robin Williams because he does fit that character so perfectly.
Yeah, it sounds like he was supposed to play it for years, at least from what I read. Like in the 80s, he was supposed to play this character,
Okay.
and then it just kept getting pushed out.
Got it. Because yeah, he is. I mean, he's the guy for the role of Leslie.
And then Joan Cusack as his sister.
Yeah.
Like, I thought she did a good job.
She did. You know, again, like the whole, because there's quite a few siblings, right? There's the general, Robin Williams, Joan Cusack's character, because I forget her name. She has like kind of a very unique name.
Alsatia?
Alsatia, right? Yeah, something like that. So, and is the older guy a sibling too?
No.
Okay.
Owen?
Owen, yeah.
No, I think he's just an employee, like a right-hand man for the dad before he got sick.
All right, so there's just the three of them as...
Well, the general is the uncle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the general's the uncle.
Got it.
And then Robin Williams and Joan Cusack are brother and sister.
Okay, because there was definitely, like, obviously the age of characters and stuff, but Robin Williams or I guess Leslie and Alsatia, like, they are, like, you know, they're very, like, childlike
Yeah.
in their performance, which I think was by design.
Yeah, especially Joan.
Mm-hmm.
I always say the actors' names.
It's cool.
I never remember the character's names.
No worries.
And then you have Ol Cool J in it. Am I saying that correctly?
I don't know, man. Mama said knock you out.
Yeah, this doesn't have the periods, so
Mm.
I'll just go Ol Cool J. Yeah, but it has LL Cool J who plays their cousin, and he's my favorite character. I think he did a great
Yeah,
job in it.
he knocked this one out of the park. He definitely did not. He just bought in, and he did great with it.
Yeah, he did a really perfect, serious, silly straight man.
Yeah.
Like being the military guy, taking it super serious, but the way he presents stuff is. It was really good. Like, I was surprised he was able to do the serious, silly thing at the same time.
Right? You're like, man, this kid's got a future.
Yeah, because I thought it was going to be kind of weird how he was casted, and then I thought, well, he actually really surprised me, and he was my favorite character.
Well, and even like his character, right? Like how he has to portray like this incredibly serious military persona. But yeah, the way he does it is it's just great.
Well, and like the camouflage joke, because he's always training for the military, but in ridiculous ways. Like the camouflage, he just shows up and he's in the couch. And my favorite one was in the bathroom.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was a great scene where you think he's in one stall and he's actually in another.
Yeah, he just sets up fake legs in a different stall,
Yeah.
and then you just see his real legs come down and he walks off. It wasn't, but it was the little gags like that I really liked in it.
Yeah, yeah, and that was the best parts about the movie is like it did have like little subtle moments of things where you're like, oh, okay, I get that, or it's kind of practical jokey in a way, which you're like that fits, right? I get that kind of way of approaching this.
Well, and I liked the general too. I know you didn't really.
I did at some points, but other points it was like, okay, he felt all over the place. Like some of it, like you said, felt calculated.
Yeah, that was my impression.
And intentional. And I just felt like, if so, like, because he comes off, he's supposed to be like this really buttoned down, straight up guy, right? We get that. And then he becomes way unhinged. So like going to like that extreme where it was like, I don't know. But then there were other times where he was trying to be like human or relatable and stuff. It was just weird.
Well, I just think like when he started wearing the multicolored silly military outfit, that was to try to like blend in and be like he's getting with the program, but
Yeah.
really just so he could slip in deeper into the company.
That I didn't have a problem with. It was kind of like, I guess, how he felt like about his late wife.
That was a funny joke though.
It was, but I mean, and I know I don't want to spoil anything.
Don't worry about that.
Okay. I know it like really was just to like as a cover for his like protecting his son. Or I guess he just was that devious to his wife too and didn't want to show that to his son. But like because he like makes up a lie about how she died, basically.
Which that made me laugh too.
Right.
Because when they're at the dinner table and talking about how she died in Vietnam, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. It was appendicitis," and the dad saying he did everything he could to save her.
Right. So it's just like, are you trying to like be jokey because you're going against like Robin Williams here and like stuff like that, or is it to show like that the family, all the side of the family has like was it Zeppo or was that? What was the name of the family?
Zevo.
Zevo. Yeah. So like all the Zevos are kind of zany and practical jokey in some ways. Or is it like, I don't know, like, because yeah, he becomes way crazy at the end of it. And you're just like, this guy's a lunatic. But at some points he tries to like be human and not as serious. So I just felt like if he had played it super serious the whole time, he would have been fine. Or not, you know, like do the kind of, I don't know. It just it didn't land for me.
Yeah, and I even liked Robin Williams love interest in it, or Leslie's love interest.
Yeah.
I know, like you said, that didn't need to be a part of the story, but I liked her character, like the actress and
Yeah.
stuff. She
It,
worked for me too.
I guess it did kind of help, correct? Because it did show his character like maturing,
Yeah.
right? You did see him become kind of less childlike and more, yeah, I guess even more teenage like with some of the crude jokes and things he said to her and did, but also, yes, like you don't think I'm silly or serious. You think I'm only this kind of silly, zany character. I can be serious and, you know, kind of mature about things.
Yeah, so I mean, she was kind of necessary, but like you said, probably the sex scene wasn't
Yeah,
necessary.
that was completely unnecessary. And it happened so quick. It was like,
It did.
I thought at first, like, did they know that there was like a recording device by them and they were going to like play a joke? But then it was just like, no, this is like, they're just going for it. And I mean, she just like, because it was like they hung out a few times and all of a sudden it's like, here, let me show you my, naked body. And you're like, whoa, okay.
Comes the story of a man who makes love and makes toys.
Well, at least it didn't get too graphic. It
Yeah.
cut out before it got, but it was just kind of like, oh, okay.
Like, damn. And then, did you know the actress who
No,
you didn't recognize her?
no.
Oh, she has a thing, I guess, for childlike men in movies. She played Jenny in Forrest Gump.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I guess I'm just not used to her not being a huge bitch. Oh, I really liked it. I had no clue.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was like, wow, she looks really familiar. And then I saw on IMDb, I was like, oh, dang, all right.
Okay, cool. Like, yeah, I did not notice that at all.
Yeah.
Usually I'm pretty good at that.
Well, I was going to say, that's the other thing. Like, very star-studded cast.
Oh, yeah. And I think everybody did do a good job with their role. Like, I didn't have a problem with any character.
That's true. Besides for me, the general, like, I think everyone acted pretty well. I guess it was just the script that I have my problems with.
Well, and then Jamie Foxx's film debut.
Yeah, that was a surprise to see old Jamie Foxx. I didn't know. I mean, I guess 1992 doesn't seem like it's that long ago, but it kind of feels like it now.
Yeah, because I saw his names come up in the credit in the beginning, and I thought, oh, okay, what does he do?
Is there another Jamie Foxx?
Yeah, well, yeah, and then it goes, you don't see him for like an hour and 20 minutes or something.
Oh, yeah, it's very towards the end.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of, I started thinking, where is he in this?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, he popped up, and he even did a good job in his small role, too.
Definitely, definitely.
But yeah, so those are the main characters, and like I said, no problem with any of them. Very whimsical.
Yeah, that's like the perfect word to describe this. And the way, because even before, like, I really did any research on this, just watching it after you'd sent it, and like we were texting back and forth at various points. And yeah, it was just like, the way to describe this is just whimsical. And apparently that was the word to assign to this movie.
Well, that's why when I was trying to find it, and then the Internet Archive went down, so I was worried I wasn't going to be able to watch it before this, and just wondered what they're hiding from me, and that this wouldn't awaken something in me.
Maybe it's just a giant propaganda film.
Maybe.
Because, I mean, the content, I mean, the story, I don't want to jump too far ahead, but basically, yeah, like, Robin Williams, his uncle, the general, comes in and tries to weaponize the toys, right? So.
Yeah, so basically in the time that Robin Williams still doesn't think he should take over, like even understands why his dad chose his uncle, the general starts to try to aim at making military toys just for kids to play with. Then after a while, go into an arcade, seeing kids play shooter games, has the idea of just making actual military weapons the size of toys like helicopters and having kids pilot them. So he starts training the children at the toy factory and producing the weapons, trying to sell them to the military. And I like how that's when he starts pretending to be whimsical, to get in Leslie's favor. That's when he wears the suit and
Right.
starts telling him that, like, you know, he's nowhere near his capabilities when it comes to making toys, and kind of kissing up to him.
Yeah, he definitely like is like, okay, I'm gonna appeal to this side, and like they even reference it, right? Like because LL Cool J, and I forget his character's name.
I believe it's Ol.
Oh,
I'm reading the Ol Cool J.
Cool J.
Sorry about
No,
that.
yeah. His father is the general, right? And so they even like have a moment together where they're like, "Oh yeah, the strategy, like keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer."
Or yeah, it was treat your
Your
friends
friend,
like your enemies,
yeah,
and your enemies like
like
your friends.
yeah. Which terrible advice, but you could see how like yeah, he's doing a con to really gain Leslie's trust.
Yeah, and that's where it really turned from whimsical to kind of darker.
Yeah,
Because before that, it was just a lot of like slapstick jokes, basically, and silly costumes and such.
yeah.
And then that's where it's like, okay, now the movie's kind of picking up. But what was that, about an hour in?
Oh yeah, easily. There's a lot going on in this movie where it's like it's pretty slow.
Basically an hour of gags, like
Yeah.
the first hour. But like I said, there were still good bits in there and good jokes.
Yeah, there are some good jokes. Obviously, most of the Robin Williams stuff hits. Funny joke. I don't know, the funeral
Yes.
when the laugh thing goes off.
Yeah, when they're trying to be sad, and
Yeah.
he had one last little gag in his coffin.
Yeah.
Leslie's dad.
Yeah, it was a pretty good one. And then later on when they go to visit him and it's still going.
Yeah. I think most of like my laughing probably came from LL Cool J and Joan Cusack's character.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think they were the best part of it.
Yes,
I
easily.
think it was probably because I wasn't, well, Joan Cusack, I was expecting it, but I think she did better than I expected. And LL Cool J did way better than I expected. And Robin Williams is just Robin Williams.
Yeah, exactly. He's never not Robin Williams, which is good.
Except for 1 hour photo.
Never saw it.
Oh, go ahead.
Do they have a game for that?
I'll probably make it up
Okay.
at some point.
We could do that one.
So Leslie, being childlike, he doesn't want to confront his uncle. And so he kind of just keeps letting things go and get out of control. And his uncle just keeps pushing him off to the point where he's taking over the whole factory for his military designs. I do like the gag where they're looking at like the fake vomits.
And the walls.
And the walls are closing in on him. Like, I don't know why. Like when LL Cool J came in and said the joke about, we didn't mean to scare you. You guys need to change your diet.
Yeah.
Because he thought, like, I thought that was a good gag.
It really was great timing and just like a great little one-liner.
And then when they tried to, this was another part that really stood out. When they went to try to sneak in, see what the uncle was doing, and their distraction was making an MTV music video and putting it on the security cameras.
Yeah.
That was odd. Like, the video itself, like what they were doing, looked like a real MTV music video.
It did. It got me. It looked so convincing that I was like, I wonder if this got airtime.
Yeah, and I'm wondering was this like the shot where you had to practice and rehearse the most?
Mm-hmm.
Because it went on for like a whole song.
Yeah, it was like the full music video.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if was the most time spent on this one part.
I don't know. Apparently it went like way over budget with sets and things like that. So I'm sure there's a lot. Because it looks incredible. Like,
Yeah,
visually
it really
it's
does.
stunning and like artistic in a really kind of unique way. The colors are very vibrant, which I also understand like that was probably very intentional because it's like childlike wonder and, just making it look like how life feels as a kid, right? Things are larger than life and so just really saturated and so forth with like colors and vibrance. Yeah, it just, that was really cool. Like I miss things like that, like practical effects like that.
See, and that MTV music video part is like one of those things where you didn't need that.
Yeah.
But did like it though.
I did too. I didn't feel like I would cut that out.
It was weird because it's like there's no need for this, but I kind of like it, and I thought it was kind of funny to do that. But speaking of the music,
Yeah.
like you were saying before we started recording, they kept playing music when LL Cool J and his military friends would show up.
They did it like twice, but it was very noticeable and it was very annoying.
And it kept going.
Yes.
Because I had to turn down the TV and I was watching it and I thought like, okay, I think we get it. And then it stopped and then it started again. And I thought, son of a bitch. And I had to turn the TV back down and it was just, it wasn't a huge part of the movie, but for some reason, I'm glad you brought it up because I was thinking that when I watched it.
Yeah, I brought it up to you earlier and I was like, man, that was something that I was like, if this is going to keep happening, that they keep playing this like song over and over or just let it cook while these every time like LL Cool J comes in with his group, this is going to get really old really fast.
Dude, I was thinking about like bailing on it.
Yeah.
And like which is crazy that it was. I'm glad. That's why I'm glad you brought it up too, because I thought that's so annoying. And I don't know. Like I thought maybe it was just me. Maybe it just annoyed me. But you brought it up, so it's like okay. So it's just.
It's definitely noticed by people.
Okay, so after they find out what the uncle's doing, they realize that this is all a military project.
Well, can I kind of backtrack
Yeah,
about something that kind of really kind of annoyed me? So yeah, they use that like they know like something's going on. They use this music video to go like get into these restricted areas because Leslie has confronted his uncle, but his uncle's like, no, you can't go in there, and basically just like blows him off. So the gig is up, right? They've realized, oh, it's a music video, right? We got a breach in the security. Let's go chase him down. Robin Williams falls in like this water pit, and he instantly like is not Robin Williams. He's not like jovial anymore or anything, and it just kind of it was like a shocking kind of like, whoa, like you're really pissed.
Well, I think it was because of the monster that was, or the have it written down, the sea swine.
Sure,
that was in there. Yeah, it was a character shift, but I think going back here I am defending it again.
Do it.
I think going back, it was like Joan Cusack said about LL Cool J and Robin Williams' character being the same, because because LL Cool J is hard on the outside but silly on the inside, and Leslie is the exact opposite.
Yeah. So
that's kind of what happened. I think he's all silly, and then as soon as he was in a situation that was dangerous, he was not silly anymore.
Right. It was just like a very abrupt, and I get like element of danger, right? Life's on the line kind of thing. But it was like, dang, dude, like, I don't think I've ever seen Robin Williams like this. Although I've never seen 1 Hour Photo either, so.
Yeah, you watch that. That's a different movie.
I'm in for a surprise.
Yeah, I hope that's streaming somewhere. I think it is. I'm pretty sure I saw it. That's another one they showed on FX constantly.
Oh, nice.
It's one where it's like, I think I've seen it on 20 different times, so I probably watched the whole movie pieced together at different times. And I just remember there was like scenes at the end where it's like, whoop. That's a little too dark.
Oh.
Yeah. So check that out.
Okay. All right.
But so basically after they figure out what he's doing, they're trying to make a plan. And then LL Cool J's character figures out that his fiance had slept with his dad.
Okay, that was another.
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second. Like, it didn't even know who this nurse lady was. All of a sudden, LL Cool J's like, yeah, I'm going to get some.
What happened to the whimsy?
Yeah, and then not only that, she's banging the dad.
That just came out of nowhere.
It did. Again, so I guess it served a point in that, like, oh, I got to turn on my dad now, or like, I can't trust this guy. But it's like, I don't know, we could have did that so many other ways.
Yeah, and the funny part is, since I had to stream this on my phone, like, so there's nothing distracting me, and I was in the room alone and like
fully locked in.
Yeah, and it was dark. I was fully locked in, like really getting into it, and I was like, "What?"
No.
And because, like, also, it's like, dude, this was so whimsy about Check's watch 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. Now it's just like, here's more, like, I guess it's like, kind of maybe this is the thought process, right? They're going from like children to like adolescence.
Yeah, and then
I don't
when
know.
she said that it was an accident, he just gets so sad. Like when he was talking about how he basically killed your mom in Vietnam, and then he was like from appendicitis, and she says no, he sent her on a reconnaissance mission and she died.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, another dark twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he really killed the mom. And it's like, all right.
Yeah, this guy's been unhinged his whole life.
Yeah, and then the military denies his plans for the toys and the children operating them, so he really starts to lose it at that point.
Which, I mean, would they? Because, I mean, like, it kind of was a precursor to, like, drones, which I'm sure this is nothing new, right? These concepts are not that new, but, you know.
I thought 5,000 instead of millions of dollars is a good deal. But like they say, he flipped out as soon as they were going to look into it.
Yeah.
So he got. Also, did you notice his like right hand man towards the end is the guy from The Waterboy?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
one. Hello,
And Boy Meets
Bobby
World.
Bush.
Yeah. Chet Hunter from Boy Meets World. And
Yeah, yeah. But he just popped in at the end too.
He's a that guy, but he's a great that guy.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like, okay, like didn't know he was in this.
Yeah.
Just for a few minutes. So then at that point they make a plan to take down the general and get back control of the toy factory. And the toys do all the fighting basically. There's a couple scenes with like the people involved.
Yeah.
But mostly it's the good toys fighting the bad toys.
Right.
The toys designed to kill. And it was just way more dramatic than it had to be, right?
Yeah, like honestly, that's really where I kind of tuned out the movie because I was like, "Oh, this is just." I don't know. It didn't land well for me.
It did for me because I just was laughing at how dramatic they made the fights between the toys and the killer toys.
Yeah, they used the strategy of let's shoot this really slowly, so many times, like to emphasize. Just for emphasis, I guess it was rough.
I was expecting to see one of the toys carrying around their arm, like Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, jeez.
Like it was filmed that dramatic.
Yeah.
And it was just toys and like when it had like the baby doll crying and stuff
Yeah.
and things are exploding. Yeah, I kept like laughing at it and then it just kept going. And yeah, sorry, that got me too. The way it just kept going had me laughing too because it like I was looking at the time I thought, dude, this is like 15 minutes of toys fighting a fake battle.
Yeah, there's still only a few minutes left of runtime. Like, how much are we getting out of this? But
it worked for me. I mean, it was too long, but that part was working for me and making me laugh. And then the robot twist at the end.
Yeah, that did not see that coming. I thought it was going to go a different direction.
Yeah, me too.
You know, but that was like it happened. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I just thought, what the? Okay.
Yeah. Exactly. I was like, oh, all right, well.
But that's like the type of movie it is, where it's like, what the? Okay, yeah. I mean, a lot of this is just off the wall, so okay. And then the sea swine pops back up one last time.
Yeah.
That seemed pretty dark.
Yep.
And then it wasn't, and that was the end.
And that's toys.
I don't think a lot of people have seen this movie, or at least I haven't talked to anybody who watched it.
Yeah, I was just scrolling through IMDb, and there's a couple people who have reviewed it. I didn't look through all of them, but it's got mixed reviews.
Well, I'm wondering if it's going to be one of those ones that's going to be, what do you call that?
Like a cult classic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a cult classic, because I could see people now watching it later on and people being mixed on it. Because I liked it because I thought it was just I don't know if I like it because I like the film for what it is, or I like it more because I was expecting just a crap movie.
Yeah. There's good in it as much as there is bad. So it does kind of fall in those lines, like where it's like, man, this is really a rough watch, but like some of the parts that are really good or that are good, they did a really great job with, and they nailed. And then other parts where you're like, oh, this is just for me again. I guess my problem is like, who was this intended for? What lane? Because I felt like they didn't commit again.
It was intended for me, apparently, which I did not expect.
Right.
But if the movie would have been hour 45, tied hour 40, I think you would have liked it more. I know I would have liked it more.
Definitely.
It just drug out too much. Like, I really started clock watching.
Well, and I even brought up to you this like random scene, like the general, like obviously there's only a few, like there's like inside the toy shop, outside, like on this road that's in this like very, green, like lush field. And he like, which they've been through many times, right? And like midway through the movie, he like is out there with LL Cool J, and he's like, "I've been here before." And you're like, "Yeah, dude, like you've been here a lot. Like why?" I don't know. Maybe I missed some part of dialogue or something, but it just was like, "What is this? Feels unnecessary."
Maybe I missed it. It didn't really stick out to me if I did miss it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the jokes, the repeated gags. I think if somebody likes Robin Williams, they should check it out.
Yeah, it's a great reminder of how unique Robin Williams was, and like really special with his craft. So definitely check it out for that. LL Cool J's performance, check it out for that.
Joan Cusack.
Yeah.
I think if you like any of those three, probably check it out.
Check it out for the design of the sets and the cinematography and the way it was filmed and framed and everything too. Really, really cool job.
It really was directed well. And yeah, all the scenery, everything about like every scene visually I was taken in by.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess the stuff that's like meant to be dark and brooding, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
But obviously the other stuff is like, whoa, this is really just like eye catching.
Well, even the arcade part where that's kind of dark and moody, I even like the way that was like set up with the coloring and the lighting and stuff. But I like the scene where the room was moving in.
Oh, that was really cool.
I really liked the way they did that. And it was just, there was always something like that to kind of bring you back in enough. Because anytime I started to fade, it would have like a good joke or something like that that would kind of bring me back.
Okay. Here's something else that I also noticed though too. Like, you know how people nowadays say like, oh, the way movies are written, they just like repeat things over and over because of short attention spans. I felt like this movie kind of did that though too. It felt like things kept getting um messing up the word here, but they just kept getting brought up over and over again where you're like, okay, we already kind of know that.
Like repetitive.
Like, yeah, repetitive. Thank you. But it was it just felt repetitive to me. I think maybe they could have cut that out, but that was something else I kind of noticed too.
Well, maybe that's why it felt so long.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, because I guess I noticed the repetitiveness with the gags, but they all kind of landed for me. So maybe that was why. But maybe that is what kind of drug out the length more. Well, on to the game. You got to play it today.
I did.
And that was it. So have you played the Sega Genesis before, or?
I think maybe like way long ago now that I'm thinking about it, but I did not have a lot of time on the Sega or Sega Genesis, systems. I think maybe I played a Dreamcast at one point too, like a few times, but besides that, like, yeah, just kind of never really messed around with it. So control, I wasn't too familiar with them, but it's pretty intuitive.
Was it Jurassic Park that you played?
I think so. And I don't even really, I'm going to say that was yes, because I vaguely remember it, but I don't even remember a ton of it.
I think I remember you saying that.
Okay.
I miss a lot of things that people say, but I remember when they say stuff about video games, I guess.
Ooh, Jurassic Park.
I own a Dreamcast, but I don't know if I've ever played a Dreamcast.
Really?
I bought it on Marketplace
Okay.
for like 40 or $50, but it didn't have any of the controls or anything.
Oh, so you just have the system.
Yeah, I have it somewhere in a box that I've never... And every time I try to buy stuff for it, it's too expensive, and games are just easy to counterfeit, I guess. And I thought I don't feel like getting into all that. I got enough going on.
That makes sense. Yeah, like just a quick side note on that. The only reason I got to play one is because like when like 64, PlayStation 1, all those came out, like in my neighborhood, like I had a PlayStation, a couple other kids had one, a PlayStation also, and then a couple others had like 64s. And then there was this other kid, and he had a Dreamcast. And it was cool, though, because, like, it was kind of fun, but it was like, yeah, dude, sorry, like, you just, you don't, like, none of us can trade games with you or anything,
You're out of the group.
Yeah.
I don't, maybe I played one at like a Kmart on the display thing or something. That's about it. Anyway.
Yeah, back to toys. The game.
So what did you think? The
gameplay, you kind of described it best. Like, you're like, it's just kind of a game. Like, there's no real, you don't really get like too emotionally invested. I mean, I guess you could. It is very repetitive, but it's also pretty like simple and straightforward. You just take, like, you have like your good toys, but they're still weaponized, and you try to defeat the bad weapon toys.
Yeah, it's just the end of the game where they have all the toys fight. And yeah, it is definitely repetitive. I, at first, was having a hard time with it because I've never played a game like that.
Mm-hmm.
But once I got used to it, it was entertaining enough for me. And I died multiple times. I didn't really have any feelings about it. Then I thought I was halfway through the game, but I guess I was at the second to last level and the game froze. And I had just bought this from somebody on eBay, and I had cleaned it, but I guess I didn't clean it well enough. So I went and recleaned it. But anyway, once it froze, I didn't really care that I lost it that much. Like, I thought I was that deep into the game and lost.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to feel about it because I'm entertained. It's like a cell phone game. It's the same repetitive thing over and over. I'm entertained with it, but if I lose, I don't really care.
Yeah, it's just kind of time killer.
I only paid $14 for it complete in box, and I don't regret it. But if I paid $50 for it and got it as a kid, I wouldn't like it.
Yeah, definitely. There's the price factor, right? Like how much value do you assign to this? And like, yeah, anything like I would say over for me probably like $10, and I'm like, this is not worth it. But you're like, okay, I'll throw 10 at it.
Yeah, if I didn't get the case and the manual, I wouldn't have paid more than 10.
Yeah, I mean, whole package is cool because it's like, yeah, you got another mount for your wall and stuff. But yeah, I mean, if you just had the cartridge and stuff, probably not the most awesome trophy.
Well, and you use all the toys you see during the movie in the fights. So you just go around and you get different toys and you just send them out to destroy the tanks and the helicopters. And then you have to take out the elephant cameras, which also show up in the movie. And that's it. You kill the elephant cameras. The first level has 4. I think the second one has like 6 or something like that. But that's it. It's the same thing over and over. Take out the toys, go take out the cameras, until you get to the very end, which, like I said, I didn't get to because it froze. And then it's a side-scrolling level where I guess you're flying to the general's office.
Which mimics the end of the movie, too. So yeah, it's interesting in its own way. Some of the like the mini game choice to how to destroy the elephant camera is kind of questionable.
Yeah, you just it's like the water gun games. You're shooting them in the eyes and then you shoot it in the mouth until the camera's destroyed.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
I
There's a
don't
lot of
know.
sexual undertones to this movie and game.
I did not get sick. You get bricked up during that?
No, man, not at all.
I didn't. I just thought of the water game. I didn't go too deep into it.
I thought, like, is R. Kelly gonna start playing or something? Jeez, dude.
Oh. I assume it's a water pistol.
It's something, man. I don't know. Okay, just tonally, like how the movie was, where it was like random, like, sex joke, or like now there's a sex scene, or oh, you're banging my dad, like, and then it's like he got that in the game. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, I'll have to look at it again. But gameplay wise, I think my first problem was I kept going at the enemies to attack them when really you just need to find a spot and shoot from a distance. And once you do that, the game really isn't that difficult.
Another cool thing about the gameplay, though, I guess, and I appreciate it, was like you get the different toys, right? You go around, like you get them off the I guess conveyor belt, right? And each one has kind of like its unique property, which is cool because like some of them do like one hit certain enemies and other ones don't. One of them has unlimited ammo, the other ones don't. And so there is like some strategy you can incorporate to beating each of the levels, you know.
Well, and I do like the variety they put
Yeah.
into the weapons. And even in the other levels, you start getting more enemies that come at you. So at least it isn't the same exact thing every level.
Okay.
It's just the same premise for every single level.
Right.
Kind of like Pac-Man.
Okay, yeah, that's a great way of pointing it.
Yeah, where it's always the same thing, but the level's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little more difficult each time. And this one is a hard one for me to recommend or describe. Like I'm content with it. Like it's entertaining enough. I don't feel like it's a chore to play it, but I also don't have a real urge to keep playing it. But
yeah.
I do want to beat it, and then I'll probably put it away. I don't know if I'll pick it up again. It doesn't have a whole lot.
I was gonna say, like you said, there's only 4 levels to it. I mean, like you kind of just do the same thing all the time, except for the last level. So yeah, once you've kind of gone through it, you kind of gone through it. Like there's no additional characters you can get or anything like that. So functionally, it plays fine. It's very intuitive. And there is, like you said, a lot of variety with the weapons. But it is also just kind of like meh.
I was gonna read the back of the box, but man, a lot of words.
They go deep on trying to really set the stage for everything. So, I mean, basically, if you have no idea about this game or the movie, yeah, it's going to be helpful. But if you do, you already know. You don't need to be told what the premise is and everything like that.
I guess I'll try to read it. I'm just worried that how much they have written down in the description, they'll probably do a better job than we did in the whole 40, 50 minutes.
That's a great point.
Let's try it.
Okay.
Now it starts off, it says, toyminate the enemy.
Toyminate.
See, so it's like terminate, but they use toy because it's toys.
And termination.
So that's funny. That's whimsical as fuck right there.
What a shirt. What a shirt design.
Something is very wrong at the Zevo?
I think it's Zevo.
Is it Zevo?
Yeah.
Zevo Toy Factory. Look at you teaching me how to read. It used to be a happy place where people loved to make innocent little toys for kids of all ages. But times have changed. Now the evil General Zevo's in charge, and he's manufacturing an army of deadly military weapons disguised as toys that threaten to destroy everything Zevo Toys stands for. Doesn't anyone have the courage to stop this power-hungry madman? I don't know.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Leslie Zevo does. He's the general's wacky nephew, and he's got a trick or two up his sleeve. Armed with hundreds of good toys and novelty items that can hold their own against the toughest of toys, Leslie enters into battle. Oh, then there's pictures here.
They have captions too, huh?
That's so much reading. The general's computerized forces are everywhere, tracking Leslie's every move through the factory. It all builds up to a spectacular showdown over a miniature Manhattan skyline as Leslie sets his sights on his final target, the general's command center itself. Hundreds of good toys at your command, each with its own special actions, incredible graphics and animation. Well, I wouldn't say incredible. You saw it.
Yeah, you definitely yeah. Also, too, at the time, I guess.
I suppose for the time when it shows the general, that's actually pretty good quality.
Yeah, but I mean, you have to think it's gonna get dated just because of how things go.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't say it. Actually, it does look good for the time.
Yeah.
Well, that's Toys. It was made by Absolute Entertainment. You might remember them as our friends who made Home Improvement.
Oh, okay.
So,
they did a better job with this game than they did Home Improvement.
Just as repetitive, though.
That's true. Sticking to their what they know.
Actually, I didn't think about that. They are both super repetitive games. So maybe that's kind of Absolute's whole deal.
Yeah, just a short level, or not a lot, but just keep throwing the same things at them.
Yeah, I don't regret purchasing it. Like I said, though, it's just repetitive. It's just like a cell phone game. Well, you think they gamed it, Sean?
Yeah, because all of the action at the end of the movie, is the game. It's although I guess the one thing is although I mean he's just using the regular toys to combat the combat toys, so it's not like they did anything unique to the toys that Leslie Zevo uses in the game to defeat the bad toys. They're just the toys. So yeah, I think they gamed it.
I think they did too. It's when I was watching the movie and it kept going on and on, I was getting into the end of it and I thought, well, if the toys don't start fighting, they didn't game it. And then got into the drawn out toy war that you didn't care for, but I found it funny that it just kept going.
Man, it was so much, but I guess just watching it by yourself too, you're like, oh, this is just annoying. But if you're gonna watch with someone and make jokes or something, it'd be all right.
Oh, I was alone watching it.
Just making jokes.
Dude, they made its own jokes.
That's true.
I was just watching. I still don't know if it was just because of how harshly it was reviewed or not. And it was way too harsh.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because man, some of those reviews seem personal that I read.
Maybe they found out, I don't know. I don't know how to make that a joke, but,
And then also, I forgot to mention this, there's a trailer where it's just Robin Williams in a grass field talking to the camera about the movie. And they did that in The Simpsons. And that episode just happened to be on the day before I watched this. And when I saw a picture of the trailer before it played, I thought, isn't that The Simpsons? And then I looked it up and yeah, The Simpsons parodied that. Nice. But I think it was just kind of funny that it was the day before I watched it.
The cosmic timing of everything, right? It's all working out.
Just more happenstance.
Yes.
I was trying to think of that word we both used, and I couldn't think of it at all today until this moment.
More use of the word happenstance. We got you covered.
It all comes full circle. Well, I think that's it for today. You got something?
Do we want to rate it? Are we rating out toys or?
Yeah, we can rank it as toys. How do we rank it at?
I don't know.
I'd say batteries not included.
Okay.
It's right there. Like, I just think one more thing and it would have been a good film. The game I'm fine with.
Yeah, the game is, yeah, like you said, it's substantial enough. You're gonna, you know, easy enough objectives, and you know, like, yeah, if you just kind of like having to do the same stuff over and over again, yeah, you're gonna be fine with it. It's not gonna give you too much enjoyment, but it's also not gonna cause you too much grief. The movie, that one we differentiate on. I'm still kind of like perplexed because I'm like, man, there was some good stuff here, but then it's like, if they had just picked a lane and stayed with it, I think I would have liked it better. But because they kind of like were trying to be edgy, but also like artsy, it's tough.
So I'm going to say batteries not included for the movie.
Yeah.
Because I'm happy with what I got, but I think it could be better. And for the game, I'm just going to call it a slinky. Because slinkies are fun at first, but they get boring very quickly.
Showed up in the movie too.
Yeah. And they only have one thing to do. And that's basically the game. You got like one thing to do almost the whole game.
That's a great way of putting it. I'm also going to agree with you. Battery's not included on the movie for my own reasons. And then also the game is just a slinky. It's a virtual slinky.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. That actually worked out well. We had a good rating system there.
Yeah, it was a unique one. It fits too with the theme, or I guess with the topics of everything, video games, and how they weaponized. So, I mean, I guess ultimately the general kind of won out though.
Yeah.
I mean, he made even the good toys are still weaponized.
Yeah, he proved that you need to go to war sometimes. All right, join me next week when I review Mrs. Doubtfire on the Xbox One.
More Robin Williams.
Until then.